Okay, so this week we're moving into algebra, and I thought we would talk about math fact fluency, which is one of our goals this year. So let's take a look at it. Do you know these addition facts? 5 plus 4, that's 9. 3 plus 9 should be 12. 7 plus 7, 14. 8 plus 5, it's too easy, right? X plus 4, wait a minute, what am I supposed to do with X plus 4? Haven't I add a letter? I don't know. Alright, this must be a mistake. Let's just move on. Subtraction facts. 9 minus 4, that's 5. 13 minus 6, that should be 7. 7 minus 2, easy peasy, that's 5. 16 minus 8, that's a double, so that's 8. 12 minus what? Wait a minute. 12 minus y. Well, what's y? I don't know. That could be anything less than 12, right? Let's move on to multiplication. 5 times 4, 20. 3 times 9, 27. 7 times 7, 49. 8 times 5, 40. G times 4. Oh man, what am I supposed to do with this G? Miss Brown did promise you she was going to throw some letters into math, and this is the week we're doing it. So let's take a look at these terms with letters in them. X plus 7, or 5 plus x equals 13. Let's take a look at those. I'm going to look at this one, because there's an equal sign. 5 plus x equals 13. Well, I know if I count up from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, that has to be 8. 5 plus 8 would give me 13. What about this one? X plus 7. Do I know what to do with that? I mean, if x was 1, then 1 plus 7 would be 8. But I don't know that x is 1. It could be 10. If x was 10, then this would be 17. I have no idea what to do with this. So which one's easier to evaluate? Has to be this one. Because I know what it equals. I can figure out this missing piece. I don't know what's going on over here, so I can't really evaluate it. But I can model it. So let's say I have this n plus 3. I don't know what n is, so I'm just going to use this smiley face. The smiley face represents the n. And then I have plus 3, meaning I know I need to add 3, so I can make 1, 2, 3. So n is something, and I'm going to add 3 more to it. So it might sound something like this. Some books, that would be n, or this unknown smiley face, plus 3 more, 1, 2, 3. And depending on what this is, I'll know my answer. If I know what it equals, so I know the total, and I know one part, I can figure out the other 8, or the other part. Some books plus 3 equals 8 total books. So I can say if something plus 3 equals 8, then the unknown thing has to be 5. So I can answer it if I know what it is. Otherwise, it's this thing over here. I call this an expression. It's just kind of a phrase. And I call this a sentence, an equation, or an open sentence. And that is easier to solve because it's more like a sentence, right? Some books plus 3 more equals 8 total books. I have a verb here. So let's try some more. A box of cookies, I don't know how many cookies are in there, but a box, and 4 extra cookies equals 30 cookies. So I could draw a box of cookies plus 4 equals 30 cookies, I could tell that box of cookies has to have 26. A full box of cookies, or 3 boxes of cookies, equals 15 cookies. So if there's 3 boxes and 15 total, I would have to divide to find out that that has to be 5 in each box. A full box shared, oh, that sounds like division, among 4 people equals 6 cookies per person. That means if there are 4 people and we each get 6, that would be 6, 12, 18, 24 cookies, so a full box would have to be 24. A box of cookies minus 4 cookies equals 22, meaning I ended up with 22, but I gave away 4, so I started with 26. So the box was 26. So the same box, 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 and box is different for each of these open sentences. Okay, so I used a couple of terms that I've never heard before in math class. I used the term expression and open sentence, and then there's one more that I'm going to throw at you this week, and that is variable. If something is variable, it means it's able to be changed, or it might be different depending on the given problem. So the variable is a letter or a symbol representing an unknown amount, the thing I don't know. You've been doing this since kindergarten and first grade. Either you had a number plus something equals a known total, or like in our last PowerPoint, you had a smiley face. And then when we start moving into algebra, you're going to have letters that represent an amount. I also use the term expression. That's a phrase with numbers, variables, and or operations. Sometimes it does have an operation in it, sometimes it doesn't. These are some examples. X plus 7, something that I don't know, plus 7. 5 times something I don't know. The example with boxes of cookies, this would be it. 5 boxes of cookies, don't know how many. And it doesn't always have to have a variable. In this example I have 3 minus 1. That's an expression as well. The thing you might notice is that it's missing an equal sign. That's our next term. An open sentence is a sentence that says that whatever's on one side, this is equal to that. It always, always, always has an equal sign. So in this case, 10 minus m, something I don't know, equals 7. And some of you are probably saying to yourself, Ms. Brown, that has to be 3 because 10 minus 3 equals 7. And you'd be correct. This one says that 3 times d, which I don't know, plus 5 equals 20. And you may be able to figure out that 3 times 5 is 15, plus 5 is 20. So you may have been able to figure out that d is 5. If not, don't worry, because as we move into this week, it's going to be hands-on, and you're going to have an opportunity to solve things that look just like this open sentence on the right. And you will get super good at it by the end of the week. All right, so now it's our time to check. I'm going to show you a slide, and you're going to tell me, is it a variable, is it an expression, or is it an open sentence? Oops, that one did it for you. This is a symbol. It's not a number. It's a variable. All right, b plus 3 equals 12. Is it a variable, an expression, or an open sentence? This one's an open sentence because it says that whatever's on this side, b plus 3 equals 12. It's an open sentence. It's not just a phrase, it's a sentence. R plus 8. That would be an expression because it's just saying that something plus 8. It doesn't tell me it equals anything. I'm not sure what the rest of this is. It's just an expression that says something and you add 8 to it. Don't know what to do with it yet. m minus 5 equals 9. Is that a variable, an expression, or an open sentence? It's an open sentence because I have the equal sign that tells me what to do with it. This value is the same thing as this value. An arrow. What do I do with that? That's a variable. It's representing something that I don't know. S minus 11. I have to ask myself, does it have an operation? Then it's not a variable. Does it have an equal sign? No. Then it has to be an expression. Smiley face. That's a variable. It'll take the place of something that I don't know. I can't do anything with it. I can't add. I can't subtract. Multiply or divide. It doesn't have a value. I'm not sure what it's worth, so it's a variable. J divided by 4 equals 3. If it has an operation, it cannot be a variable by itself. It has a variable, but it can't be a variable by itself. If it has an equal sign, then it has to be an open sentence. I know what this dot means. That's one way to see multiplication. N times 3. That's an expression. Last but not least, star. No operation, plus, minus, multiply, divide. No equal sign, has to be a variable.